feeling my way through the darkness.
Celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder that specifically affects the digestive tract in the body when people ingest gluten. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, rye, and barley.
When people with celiac disease eat gluten, their body reacts by attacking the small intestine. The small intestine is the primary organ in the body where the digestion and absorption of food occurs. When the small intestine is damaged by gluten, nutrients have trouble absorbing into the body. One in 100 people worldwide are affected with celiac disease every year.
Appears to be similar globally in both Western and non-Western countries. However, in a study comparing the U.S. and Turkish celiac disease cases, the data showed that Turkish patients presented more frequently with malabsorption symptoms of diarrhea and anemia, whereas U.S. patients more often had atypical symptoms of fatigue, abdominal pain, and bloating.
Can we sail to Spain, just me and you? Open ocean and the bright blue sky above. What do you want? Do you want the moon? I'll get it for you. From the top so high to the valley low, I wanna give you whatever you need, so just let me know.
I was diagnosed with celiac disease back in June of 2008. My life was forever changed when I got the call from my doctor saying I had celiac disease. To me, celiac disease is more than just having a gluten-free diet. It is a way of life, and it was a way of finding a way to cure the pain I was suffering from.
The most common symptoms for adults include diarrhea, fatigue, and weight loss. Others experience bloating and gas, abdominal pain, constipation, nausea, and vomiting. More than half of adults with celiac disease have symptoms that do not relate to the digestive systems, such as anemia, blistering skin rash, mouth ulcers, headaches, and joint pain.
So the short and long of it is that I was suffering, and I was at the age where my two little sisters at the time were actually bigger than me, and we were concerned about my malnutrition and my undersized. I was 4'11" and 95 pounds as a 15-year-old freshman in high school, so we decided to go to the doctor and get a test.
It's always darkest before the dawn, and I've been a fool and I've been blind. I can never leave the past behind. I can see no way, I can see no way.
My daughter got celiac coming down from my side. I think my mom had it. I think my uncle had it. I just see people's reactions to food and how they feel after meals and your skin, their health. Once I found out about celiac, I could relate a lot more of our health issues with our diets.
There is no medication that can be taken to treat celiac disease. Doctors will always recommend a gluten-free diet. You should avoid foods that are made with wheat and wheat flour. You should also avoid rye, barley, and durum, and other foods that contain gluten. Examples of foods that may contain gluten are soups, salad dressings, ice cream, candies, yogurt, pasta, and pastries. A person with celiac disease should always check the ingredients of a food or product before consuming it.
What kind of diet do you have now that you have celiac disease?
So as a gluten-free diet, I obviously have to make sure my foods do not contain any gluten, which is considered wheat, malt, barley, whey, caramel color, and other sorts of grains, as well as a lot of dairy and lactose products. It's common with celiac disease to have lactose intolerance, so unfortunately I'm no longer able to eat anything with gluten as well as anything with lactose.
How has your daughter with celiac disease affected your family as a whole?
My daughter with celiac disease has affected us. It affects us financially. It affects us with patience and kindness. We've had to learn new recipes. We've had to appreciate each other for what we can do and not do. I mean, celiac encompasses every day, all day.
If you could give one message to somebody who's about to get diagnosed with celiac disease, what would it be?
I would say to embrace your diagnosis, because diagnosis is not the worst thing in the world. A diagnosis is an answer. A diagnosis is a step towards a cure. A diagnosis is a step towards feeling the best version of you possible.
I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause.